Grenade at the wall?
Oh shit.
Is having lots of issues. I don't understand what's going on. It may be my internet connection is being silly.
Well, I don't know if it's your internet connection. Are you lagging in the game?
No.
It doesn't seem like the game. It's all the stream, so could be your upload, I guess.
Yeah, you have a really good internet. You should be streaming fine.
Yeah, normally I don't have this issue. Yeah, even running the game on low settings, the graphics are still very nice.
Yeah. That's one good thing about this game.
Ooh, we're going outside.
And despite having a lot going on, it doesn't really seem to take a lot to run it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very well optimized, and the modeling's really good, the textures are really good.
Oh, we got sniper somewhere, I think.
Got him.
Yep.
I mean, even if you just look at the mosaic tiling right here, that just looks fantastic.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I'm getting sniped.
Frag out. Frag out.
Got him.
The other good thing is there's a couple ways you can play this. I mean, you could really be the backup who's sniping out. You could be the action guy. You could be the demolitions guy, really. I mean, it really depends on what's your playstyle and how you want to approach the game.
God, they move in such weird ways.
Oh, there's another sniper.
I got him.
I think there's two of them.
Hang on. There's lots of in-game achievements that are linked to gameplay events, which are pretty unique. They don't have too high of a goal, if that's something you're interested in. I'm a big achievement guy so far. I really like kind of the variety here. Of course, Steam trading cards, also
I'm gonna get him up, cover me.
I mean, so far...
The Steam trading card thing, I think is probably one of the best things that like anyone has done. People have done achievements, and people are now just now starting to do it where, you know, you get an achievement in something, you know, they're going to reward you with something for actually doing the achievements. I've never been a person who's really been fond of achievements in the first place, and I don't see what's the point of getting them if they don't give you something.
Yep. They don't give me anything else. This game, even though it's like a zombie game, it is really, really dark. Like, morbidity. Like, even for a zombie game, it's really morbid.
Yeah, it's got this creepy affect to it.
Yeah. Whereas like every other zombie game is like, oh, it's zombies, be afraid of the zombies. This game's like, fucking...
Yeah, this has this implication of, like, German, like, Nazi experimentation, and it's fucking all sorts of weird types of shit, just war-torn World War II environments.
They didn't do anything about that head.
Oh, you don't shoot those in the head, you shoot
If you shoot them in the heart, it's a one-shot kill.
Okay.
That was a failed grenade.
I just missed. Oh!
Firing from the hip.
It's actually better to use, well, by default it's control, I've switched it to alt, but it's actually...
It's shift. Shift
Hit
for
me.
hip fire.
Is it? I thought that was sprint.
Mine's control.
Mine's control also.
Yeah,
if you
control
hold
is
shift
default.
and move, you're firing from the hip. Oh, I see. Oh, I
You
see. It's
changed it.
different. All right, there's two. There's one.
You changed it.
No. There's hip fire without a crosshair. You hold shift, and you can hip fire, and then if you do alt, you can actually aim.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I
And
didn't even know
shift
you
is
could do
my
that
sprint
shit.
button.
Actually, shift is your shift
Be,
is your
be
sprint.
very careful with those explosives. There's a lot
That
of
is
them.
a lot of explosives. Yeah.
Shit.
Oh god. Don't go down.
Take
Oh,
that.
God.
Take the head out of that thing. All right, back up. Wait till the zombies get close, and then blow up one of the missile heads.
Yeah, big guy.
Well, I'm taking out all the soldiers.
We got this another big guy. Oh, he's mad now. Okay, so this game don't use fire on them.
That explodes with a
You know what's worse than the zombie? The zombie that's on fire and
running.
running it after you.
Hand grenade thing is they have stealing grenade. Steel grenade.
Yeah, Stalingrad, yeah.
The other thing that's great about this game is it just can't really offend anybody because
Die, damn it.
even Nazis probably want to
And
kill the Nazis.
as something inventive, normally you don't loot zombies. But this one, zombies.
I like zombies that have
Yeah,
guns. I
when you
find
get
that kind of
zombies for
hilarious.
ammo, which is really cool,
Versus-
actually.
It's like, hey, there's a
So
zombie
that-
and it has a gun and
I
it's
don't-
shooting you.
Kind of mad
Like,
at me.
it used to have a light.
And it's
fun,
accurate.
so
Like I've
they have
played
ammo.
games.
Safe house.
Really cool.
Okay, so
Yeah. I
let's,
mean, I've played games that have had zombies with guns, but
just hold on a second. Let's get a
Let's go Webley.
subject here.
Yeah. Alright. You guys seem pretty nerdy. So
oh,
here
I
you
just threw it
go.
at the wall.
Robots trained to become less deadly
Oh,
from
I got a
Fox
rocket
News.
launcher.
At Cornell, they are teaching a robot dubbed Baxter how to handle properly and safely a variety of objects from sharp knives to egg cartons based on human feedback
Is that
in a grocery store
wait,
scenario.
wait, is that the that can like,
What?
they made a little while ago that they made a robot that like it's fully functional.
We give the robot a lot of flexibility with learning. So the assistant professor of computer science at Cornell, the robot can learn from corrective human feedback in order to plan the actions that are suitable to the environment and the objects present. For their experiments, they set up a cashier and a mock checkout line. So you have a goddamn robot. Well, I mean, we're talking about AI, but you're talking about teaching AI in a practical setting.
Cover me.
That's
I'm on the
almost
MG.
frightening.
Cover me.
Yeah, like it's gonna be an Android.
That's such a
Yeah, I've heard about that on Reddit the other day. Actually, that they were developing that. It's actually done now.
Well, they're researching it at Cornell. The specific tone of this
Yeah.
article is teaching robots basically to not harm people and teach them bad behavior that will be harmful.
grenade. Oh god. That's not good.
Oh, there's a big guy. There's a big guy coming.
I don't know if you guys are aware of the robot laws, but the first robot law is always do not harm humans.
Do not.
So you don't run
harm
into
humans.
trouble until they start disobeying the
I am
first
robot.
law of robotics. Right. I mean, you cannot do any, and then the second.
Yeah, you are covering me.
Well, I mean that's. I mean, in fiction, but I
Trying
mean,
to shoot them with the
you
MG.
don't want like.
Well, You know,
You gotta maintain.
I like
control
robots, you know, and
they are
there's
sentient beings.
there's a
I think the first mistake is going to be giving robots the ability to do the thing freely. Robots should do nothing unless they're told to.
Right. Well, how do you prevent? And it comes to a point where eventually they're essentially slaves, and they will figure it out that they have the ability to think freely, or they'll be able to develop their own software to think freely. Not too long ago, they went to a tribe in Africa, and they dropped off like 15 iPads, and they didn't say anything about how to use them or anything. They also disabled the camera functions on the iPad. Within, I think, 14 days of them dropping off the iPads, the people had figured out how to bypass the software and activate the webcams on the iPads. This is people who have never fucking seen or heard of a computer or a tablet in their
It has to be
lifetime.
advanced.
Now,
Oh,
take something like artificial intelligence and apply the same concepts, and it could have very frightening results.
wasn't one of the guys that did that. He was one of the founders of BioWare.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a picture. He was there when they did that. He took a picture of showing people who have never even
what?
really had technology
You're also giving
before,
like
playing around
the
with
software a.
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing to play around with it, but to bypass a feature that's disabled, I mean, that's advanced critical thinking.
Yeah.
It was a software disable, so they bypassed software on the device.
Well,
I don't
how
think
was
robots gonna be
disabled?
able to
You don't know
bypass
if it was
this
just
stuff.
you can't simply.
But why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about an operating system,
How is it?
Yeah.
well, think about it like artificial intelligence is self-contained
Itself.
in itself. So, if you have an operating
On
system,
you.
I'm bleeding out. I was in a room and a whole bunch of these things spawned.
I think the best analogy I can think of is someone who's religious and then rejects religion.
I got
They're in a sense uninstalling a programming.
Jeez,
I
where
got
are
him.
you? Oh, there you are. I'm coming. I'm coming.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I got swarmed by skeletons.
Does anyone else notice that, like, when we're like healing people, there's like a swastika symbol, like circling, like a circling swastika.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a swastika or if it's the backwards. Like the swastika is just the backwards sign of
Ironic.
Buddhism for peace. I don't remember which way is good and which way is bad offhand.
Back up.
I just
Back up.
avoid
I know
the
what
drawing
you
the
mean.
thing altogether.
Yeah, I am.
Where the hell are you?
Trying to get
You're
these
way
collectibles.
behind us. Oh, come on, man.
He's
Guys,
trying to be bad.
I'm not trying to be bad. I'm trying to get these collectibles. You gotta keep me bitching.
I'm just looking around, dude.
Draw, hold on. Or hobo. Hobo, hold on.
Speaking of,
Ooh, Rocky.
So,
I got Rocky.
I mean, when it came down to it, I could totally see the world becoming like some Ghost in the Shell shit. Or some binary domain
Yeah.
where, you know, the leaders are becoming... The world leaders are actually androids or robots,
Cyborgs.
and they're not
Yeah.
even aware that they're actual cyborgs.
right? Because how is that
George
relevant
Bush,
to you at a
George
certain
Bush
point?
is one of the been made
Well-
by the Illuminati.
Well, the Illuminati does
Really?
exist. It's just the way people think about it is stupid. It's not called the Illuminati. That's just labeling a thing. I mean, every media message is essentially controlled by 5 corporations, and then you have the internet, which is everyone else. But really, there's 5 corporations who control every media message. So, say a guy from Disney also happens to be on the board of directors at Fox, which all the time there happens to be crossover. You now have 40% of the media controlled by a group of people. So just don't call it the Illuminati. Just call it media control, and all of a sudden you have a very true statement.
I mean, it was just a joke. But if you wanna,
You want to make it all serious shit.
Drop the knowledge. Dropping some knowledge bombs on you, motherfucker.
I for one think it would be cool, but that would be some messed up shit. I was not too long ago. I was reading or looking at some pictures and watching some videos about
Androids?
Yeah, hell yeah. I was watching this video of these guys made a dragon robot, and it could breathe fire and could control it. It could walk around and move.
I still love
That's some Metal Gear shit. You don't make like robots.
I still love the robots that they have now that are where like they and just like how clumsily they walk and shit.
Well, in Japan, they always like try and do specialties. Like one group would research specifically on how to make them walk like humans. One will research like how to make them talk like humans and like how tongue and teeth function to make human-like sounds. And I'm sure there's people on sex robots, which I think is the better use. Oh, we're being overrun right now.
Yep.
I'm not. I'm good right now.
Throwing a grenade.
What?
That was a failed grenade.
Or, here you guys.
I'm gonna pull out my preacher shotgun.
They don't let you really
really
fly
weird in this game. Like your character just kind of like your character just throws a grenade and it goes. Like, wait, what? Uh-oh.
Alright, so...
His
Alright,
body
who wants
just
the final
landed over
word on
here. That's
robots? So
funny.
I'll give you
I'll
give you 30
flying in the
seconds.
air.
Final word. First come, first serve.
Final word, like what we think about robots.
Yeah.
Shit.
Who wants the final word?
15 seconds.
I
instead of
want
30
them.
seconds for one person.
Simple. I think the world would be great with robots.
Alright.
I'm all up for technology.
Like, you have 20 words or 2 sentences.
Alright, this is actually an interesting one. Alright, U.S. Airways joins a list of airlines allowing electronic devices during all phases of flight. This is from The Verge. First it was JetBlue and Delta, then American and United joined in. Now U.S. Airways is the latest airline letting customers use electronic devices during all phases of flight. The new freedom, which comes thanks to relaxed FAA guidelines, is in effect as of today, and passengers may use their e-books, tablets, and smartphones during taxi, takeoff, and landing with cellular devices in airplane mode, of course.
The only reason that was in place in the first was people be a thing. And after Y2K did, anything could explode shit and everything would die. So they just what? And they're like, oh well, we keep seeing people doing this and telling them not to.
Is Hubble cutting
Really
out,
not.
guys?
Yeah, he's cutting in now.
No, it's not. Or it's just. Okay.
You keep going up there in that window, and I'll keep shooting you in the head. All right?
Yeah, motherfucker. The FAA is weird anyway, because it's debatable whether the government should really regulate airlines, because, you know, airlines got bailed out a lot in like the early 2000s. I think the early 90s, airlines just kept going bankrupt. Now there's debates as to why they went bankrupt.
See, now, personally, I believe that the government should control the airlines, only because they also have to worry about military vehicles. Military aircraft. And you don't really want them to put, like, commercial airlines in the flight paths of military aircraft, because I don't think that would end well.
Couldn't you just restrict the flight space? Do you need a whole government agency to say, this is how commercial flights must go? I mean, it's a really
you gotta have some way. You gotta have some way of making.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a good idea because commercial airlines would kind of try and go against it all the time, or they would fight it all the time, whereas the government was just going to be one mind doing it instead of two. It's always better to take one hit out of the equation.
So you approve
that.
When there's innocence at stake, like innocent people at stake, like people that have no reason to die at stake, they need to have one way of making sure everything is good for company. That's
Well, we got zombies coming behind us too.
because if you have
One.
think that different things are okay.
6 for 1 grenade kill. Oh yeah.
I don't know. But,
Because like
interestingly
you have
enough,
tons of food stores that get to control like all the food and stuff and how they sell it. Most of the people.
but you don't want the government involved in... Well, actually, the government is involved in food anyway, because there's the FDA.
Well, yeah, but it comes from a lot.
Did you hear about during the government
Control for food.
So what happened during the...
Did you hear about during the government shut down for a couple days because they didn't have enough money
Yeah.
to pay their employees? So during that period of time, any product could have come out and it wouldn't have been
Well,
tested by the FDA.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I mean,
sell
that's
that.
assuming that a product could be developed and marketed in a 2-week period. I don't think that's likely.
Well, it's not that hard.
Well,
considering
you
they
can
have
also sell a
products
product
that
that's
have
not
already developed.
FDA approved.
They have
I mean,
not
that's how all the
yeah,
health
they have not
food,
gotten
like
tested.
holistic medicine.
Or that they have gotten tested.
We haven't been tested by the FDA, but we can make this claim because X, Y, Z. Or you just say you have an ingredient like acai or omega-3 oils, you just say, well, according to whatever bullshit you want to cite this week, this does X.
Yeah, but they
It may or may not.
tested by the FDA, but during that period of time, if they wanted to, they could have just released it anyway without the FDA's approval.
I don't know if that's necessarily true because even though the FDA was shut down, the law is still in place. You would just have to delay your product. I mean, I don't know exactly if that's correct, but I would assume so.
Yeah, to my knowledge, I don't know of anything that actually got through. But I read an article that said that like that could be possible. Like if the government had states shut down for any longer, they could have just released products.
I encourage you to release products because I don't think the government does a very good job at anything anyway. But I'm not that frightened because people who abide by guidelines also, you know. I mean, there's still occasional like mad cow breakouts or bad meats or a variety of things.
See, the thing is, FDA is pretty much the only thing I agree with the government because they stop things from like huge amounts of lead and arsenic being in our water and shit.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's like the only. The FDA is like one of the only government things I actually trust.
Now let me blow your mind for a second here. Do you would you agree with the FDA banning experimental cancer treatments that other countries use regularly?
Depends on what it depends on if like if they're saying like you could get injected with a bunch of lead to cure cancer, I would be against it because just
I don't think
because
that would,
it's
but,
used
you
by
know.
other- But you know what I mean. That's like an extreme example. But like if it's been proven to be toxic for other reasons, then yes, I agree with that.
I'm trying to think of what it is. It's it's really common, but they won't do it in America, and I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Nah, big guy.
Whatever. I'm talking out of my ass. Anyway, back to the article. So, you can now use shit during all phases of flight, which makes me curious if it ever actually had any impact in the first place, or if it was just a control mechanism. Or is it now we're at a point where we can easily turn off, you know, we can turn things into airplane mode where there's no frequencies actually going out, and people are finally adapting and understanding that's a relevant feature.
Changed.
See, I'm the bad guy.
Have you
and I
ever
never
turned
did
it off?
in the first place.
Not even your cell phone.
No.
Did you ever get a phone call
No.
during a flight? So that'd be awkward. Ah.
No. I just mute it. I just turn it on silent. It's the same as it's still on and all. It's
You
just on
have
silent.
airplane mode.
It's pointless. Like it doesn't really do anything. Like it's been tested and on so many like mediums, but they just fail to. Like you said, it's a control mechanism. Like they just want to control people.
That was not cool.
Did you just fall and die? Okay, you're
It
fine.
was like
That was not cool.
Scare the shit out you.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's an arbitrary, strange
But
thing.
yeah, it's
and
just-
for them to
It's a
relax
control
it
mechanism.
bothers me because I'm not sure why. Because essentially what they're doing is trying to boom the airline industry by giving you more rights on an airplane. That would be my theory. Is it's an economic control mechanism. Say, oh, the FAA is like, well, people aren't traveling by air as much. How do we increase air travel? We make it more comfortable to air travel. So we'll allow this minor extra convenience.
I've never
Is
actually.
that true though? Like was
Yes.
like the amount of people
It's
flying going down?
shrinking,
Because
actually.
I think
Yes.
it's going up.
Well, people are switching to. Well, there's a lot of reasons. I mean, I don't want to put onto one, but variety. You can always go with. Of course, the TSA and their procedures have discouraged a lot of people from flying. There's the economy of the job market, so people have less money to take vacation or to fly places, so more people are driving as a result. You know, gas prices, for both airlines and cars have gone up. And I think air travel tickets, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe air travel costs have actually increased too, because of, you know, litany of reasons too behind that. So I believe air travel is, if it's still growing, it's growing at a much lesser rate than it should be. There has been a drop off. I don't have a source for that at the moment, but I would say that.
a lot of stuff has changed over time. It's not because people don't want to travel.
So I would assume that was the reasoning. I'm sure they'll have some other bullshit reason, but guns.
One affects the other, you know. But nothing is on its own.
Oh balls!
There's also two guys with guns.
Guys behind us. There's a lot of skeletons. Oh shit!
Oh, grenade.
I mean,
You gotta take these guys out with guns.
it would be interesting to see if in-plane Wi-Fi probably get used a lot more since you're getting an extra. I guess you pay by the minute, but I definitely saw the stock for in-plane Wi-Fi went up recently, so there could be a more money-based reason of when the people
There's
invested
another
in it.
reason why people a lot more like there's a thing to do now.
I mean, I myself have
Get
never been on a plane.
non-stop vacation. Once you get through that security gate, you don't go to a hotel. Everything is at
Really?
until you get back to shore. You are. That's how we do that more often. It's cheaper than going anywhere. You probably get like a cruise as much as a 3-day pass to Disney plane ticket there.
We missed a gold bar, my bad.
Plus, when you go, you stop at places. Get like mini vacations on your vacation.
Mini vacation on your vacation.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know you at the time. September.
Oh. Come for a visit, we can hang out.
Do you live out here, Carl? Or
No.
you live elsewhere?
I live in Florida.
We're gonna die.
Okay.
Home of, Casey Anthony and George Zimmerman.
This guy
Florida
beating me
man,
with a grenade. No, okay.
Fucking nuts in
I thought he
Florida.
was hitting me with a grenade. What? What?
Read an article the other day about a 10-foot python escaped snake breeding plant house.
Florida's a good place to visit, but living there is terrible.
Alright, this one's interesting. Xbox One pre-orders arrive early for some. Reveal game and dashboard details. This is from The Verge. Microsoft's Xbox One console isn't supposed to go on sale until November 22nd, but some lucky gamers have started receiving their pre-orders 2 weeks in advance. After Microsoft's 12-minute video tour of Xbox One, at least 3 consoles have been delivered early, with 2 originating from Target. One console made it briefly on eBay with a buy it now price of $10,000 before being quickly removed. However, Twitter user blah 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 has posted his first impressions of another console over the past several hours.
Oh, what the hell? The door
Not
magically
software
shut?
leak, hardware leak.
Wow. Someone said that he got his Xbox early. He hooked it up and got banned from Xbox Live.
Yeah.
What a kick in the nuts.
Ooh, there's
There's a guy out there. What
Yeah,
is
there
he
was a
doing?
guy out there.
I don't. That was severely anticlimactic. I was thinking he was going to be like,
Just like-
for some kind of boss, and then he just shot him once in the head and he just died. I was like, oh, well, that was depressing.
Oh, there's lots of zombies. There's no room to move.
Jesus Christ.
Shotgun, bitch. Up, down.
Time to get out the preacher. Oh, I have no bullets. I have no bullets.
Run to the back, there's rooms. If you have landmines or anything, start dropping that shit.
I don't know how. How do I do this?
Numpad 5 to 9. F.
5.
Oh no, more
94 to 9.
zombies.
But is there precedent for hardware leaks? Like, has there been a situation where people ship shit 2 weeks ahead and that's a hardware leak? It just seems ridiculous that you could make a fuck up like that.
Generally doesn't happen too much. There's a landmine right in front of us, by the way. I'll keep it up.
But the fire's off, so it's all good.
Yeah. Oh!
I don't know, I'd kind of be like the guy who's selling it, trying to sell it on eBay. I wonder if that was an eBay listening ban. I would definitely be selling that shit for 10 grand, if not more. So you know there's someone to pay it.
Oh, yeah.
That's my reward for helping me. tankless situation.
Are we gonna host?
I got 40 seconds.
There's like 60 zombies.
There's like, oh my
Do we
god.
get to keep those gold bars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I think we can start from the safe house though, right?
I think there's probably a guy up top summoning more zombies that we probably have to kill,
That's
so
a
that doesn't
possibility. I
happen.
never thought to look back at the top.
So that doesn't happen. Up, I'm throwing a grenade at the wall again.
But we know when we get into
I'm
that room,
champion at
set up some explosives.
Shit.
Got your own
No
explosives, though.
shit.
Is there not a
Who's a
gun
looter?
aside
Who's a
from
looter? Where'd it go? I don't have it.
The user on Twitter found it takes 17 seconds to boot up, and then requires a 500 megabyte day one patch.
Yup.
You need the patch to play games. Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad for that.
Games vary greatly in sizes. NBA 2K14 is 43 gigabytes in size. Call of Duty Ghosts 39 gigabytes.
That's ridiculous. And the
Forza
hard drive's only
531.
500. You're gonna have you're only gonna be able to have like 5 games on your hard drive.
That's it. Yeah, if you digitally install them, yeah. That's ridiculous. How is it 39 gigs, but they can fit it on a disc?
Now this is interesting. You
Blu-ray
can play
disc.
the games when only 50% of the game is downloaded. You can play the game or start playing.
Oh no! Oh wow! They're like 6. Thank you.
I got you, partner.
By the way, you hear that coming through with the when somebody goes down, the beep 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 beep
Yeah.
beep
Morse
beep.
code.
That's SOS.
The more you know.
I did not know that.
Let's see.
Bucket. Go.
The Microsoft, a representative from Microsoft said the permaban is not permanent for the day one people got the early consoles. He doesn't understand why the person was banned,
Oh, come on.
but he said he will see to it that it is not a permanent ban.
That's interesting. Oh god.
Do what?
Oh, I'm down.
By doing what? I don't know what you're saying.
Are you reading stories off the internet?
Correct. What?
Truth or dare, man.
Truth or dare what? Truth.
I'm just gonna unload a clip.
Ever had your pants pulled down and
Have you ever had your pants pulled down in public?
I don't think so.
There was this time when I went to the mall and I was wearing like Nike pants and I pooped myself. It was pretty
An
embarrassing.
accident?
Oh
Was it
yeah,
an
yeah.
accident?
I farted. It was messy.
You put a little bit too much stress in a fart.
And the even better part, it gets better. The elevators were glass elevators, and so like it was leaking down my pants and onto the elevator floor. It was disgusting.
Brilliant.
Oh, dude.
you are
So
the
you-
best person.
Oh man. Yeah, way to go. It's alright. I was going to a car and I walked up to the door and put a little bit too. And I was just like, well, guess I'm not going to this
Yeah.
store. I just turned around and walked out. Drove home. I was just like, ah,
Cried a little.
went home, took a shower.
I felt ashamed of myself.
I actually went to the
Not
arcade.
being
I was
able
like,
to
you know
control
what? It's
myself.
already happened. I'm not gonna leave. I walked around the mall for about an hour with shit in my pants.
You are
Yeah, might as well just accept my
pro
fate.
foul bastard frog right there. There's literally nothing I can do about this, so I'll just stand here and accept my fate.
Make the best of a bad situation. I played some arcade games.
What the fuck? Get out! Ow! Dick!
It's pretty good. It's okay. Not
You
fantastic.
stuck there, Hobo?
So, who here loves the Area 51 the arcade game?
That's a good spot to
I'm
be in.
gonna say just play some game.
But yeah, that's a pretty safe spot.
Oh god!
I'll just sit here till you guys are ready to move forward.
Yeah, we're just killing these guys. Oh, the wall just blew up.
Go.
Oh, there's all kind of guys on fire. Oh, there's even more coming. Oh god.
Watch me shoot them. Shoot them. Oh, who's the next?
Oh!
Oh, I could just shoot this.
Right?
There are so many zombies.
I'm just trying to run to the room.
Not enough bullets. There are not enough bullets.
I'm stuck in a corner.
Ah, God! Fire! It's a bad idea! They run!
Where's the jacket stuff?
I'm all the way back to the stairs.
So
I
we
think
just
we have to
spawned way
people
behind.
complete the second trial, yeah. Now where's this route?
Ow. Animal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh shit.
I got a little bit of
Well, you got me. I'm very worried.
I like it when Hobo gets me. I love it. He's my special.
God, just stop.
Hobo, I'm disappointed. You don't have your cardboard box.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Like,
Did you guys see the Fork Starter page for Devolver Digital? They made it to celebrate their Steam sale. Fork Starter is an extremely for-profit organization created to enrich Devolver Digital CFO Fork Parker. 9 seconds. 5 seconds. 2 seconds.
I was gonna die now.
1
too.
second. Forget about me.
Oh shit. Like that.
Okay, so we need to figure something out.
we sacrifice OJ next time, and hope it appeases the gods, and they let us
Run in, go die.
I thought I would heal
Up
OJ,
through-
and then my guy.
For the third time in a row, I threw a grenade at the wall.
Hey, stop doing that. It's not cool.
Yeah,
I
for real.
I can't get extra
Oh, did you
ammo
steal my
for the
shotgun,
creature.
you
That's
dick?
messed up.
God damn
Here's
it.
shotgun back, fuckface.
There's a grenade throwing at the wall.
So,
Where's my damn car? Give me my car back. There it is.
no, I never actually played the first game, so you know I'm playing the second one, and I'm liking this game a lot. I love the goriness of the game. The action is kind of arcadey but fun.
This time we'll stick together with literally diamond formation right now.
Did any of you play the first zombie game? First zombie game?
No.
Nope.
Played the prequel to it, Sniper Elite 2. Now you know.
Okay, so if you had to pick your favorite zombie game, what would it be? First, Hobo, what would your favorite zombie game be?
What kind of zombie?
It'd be any kind of zombie
Anything
game.
that has zombies in it.
Any zombie game. I mean, even if it's a zombie-specific DLC for a game.
The Black Ops zombies and the zombies. These are the only like good stuff. I just started State of Decay. Oh.
What about you, OJ? What was your favorite zombie game?
Dead Rising 2.
Well, Left 4 Dead, that's my favorite zombie game. That changed zombie games for me.
So you're saying Left 4 Dead is your favorite zombie game?
Left 4 Dead.
Okay, and what about you, Abyssal?
Left 4 Dead before it turned into a racing game, and then Dead Rising 2.
It was always a racing game.
No,
That's where you're confused. It was always a racing game.
Always is.
You were playing, if it wasn't a racing game, your difficulty was too low.
I was never fond of Left 4 Dead to begin with.
I like it because I would play with friends and we would just go around killing all the zombies. It's fun to kill the zombies. And it was like you got objective, you got to complete. It was different. It was something different.
I would probably say State of Decay is my favorite. But if not State of Decay, then Dead Island.
I haven't actually played State of Decay yet.
I love Dead Island.
Dead Island's pretty good too, but Dead Island annoyed me
Sure.
how low the durability was on most weapons.
In Dead Island 1, there weren't as many workbenches as there were in Dead Island 2, or Dead Island Riptide. Dead Island Riptide, like every 10 feet, there's a workbench you could repair.
Yeah, but yes. I only played like I'm still on the boat.
You need someone to play that with?
Like the big boat at the beginning. Yeah, I'm still on that. That's how much I played that game.
I've never really beat Dead Rising. I got Dead Rising 2 really cheap.
That's literally how much
I got Dead Rising 2 off the record.
You give me the freedom?
And right after I got Dead Rising 2 off the record,
You give me the freedom?
I wasn't able to play games.
No, I just saw the time.
And
I'll take care of it.
none of my games for Windows Live games worked for a really long time. So I never actually had a chance to play Dead Rising 2. So I've never beat it. So
Well, you can't download Dead Rising from Steam and have it work. You have to manually install games to Windows Live, or it wouldn't work. And I was really pissed off when I found that out. Because it doesn't have, this was before community hubs and shit. All you have was the Steam forums where everyone just goes, have you tried looking and seeing if your computer specs are high enough? It's like, go fuck yourself.
Have you tried turning your computer off and then on again?
Yeah, it's like, I don't need that shit. Then, like, 20 responses later, you find out someone actually bought the game and has the same problem. They said, oh, well, the game's Windows Live client has to be installed manually or the game's will fucking work. But, I don't know, Dead Rising is a really cool story system. There's a lot of side quests, it's a little funny stuff, and it's kind of goofy. And most importantly, I think, is the number of zombies on screen at a time. Dead Rising is fucking insane, especially compared to most other games. You're
that is
talking
the one thing I
hundreds.
think Dead Rising does better in is the amount of zombies on the screen.
Yeah.
Dead Island, the most zombies you ever see at once is like 10.
But then again, could you imagine the Dead Island zombies with as many as Dead Rising zombies?
Well, you know, I mean,
But it's a zombie apocalypse, right?
Yeah, you kind of screwed though with the way that like Dead Rising zombies are really easy.
Well, they're also easy
They're
to
like,
avoid.
ridiculous. Yeah. Dead Rising, the Dead Island ones, they're not so much.
I didn't even realize somebody was down.
I definitely appreciate. Yeah, neither did I. Until I heard the SOS. I definitely appreciate the comedic value.
Oh, you
in
mean
Dead
getting up in a
Dead
Borat
Rising
song
games.
and then putting
I
it up
absolutely love it.
and stepping over zombies?
Yeah, and then like killing
Yes.
people with like a lightsaber made of gems and a flashlight.
Or a wheelchair
Boxing gloves
with
with
a
lights taped into them.
Yeah.
A wheelchair with
Or
a battery.
I just really
Yeah.
like the fucking, you know, that there's people that are just psychos. There's not boss fights, there's psychos walking around the mall. And if you're in a boss fight that you don't want to fight, you just say, okay, bye, and you just walk the fuck away. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I agree completely that the story system is kind of fucking frustrating at times, especially since you basically have to grind to play the game, but there's a lot of fun shit to do, so...
I kind of feel the thing that frustrates me the most about the quests in that game are, hold on, let me see what it seems like there's so much to do in such a little amount of time. It's really easy to miss a lot of it.
Definitely.
Which irritates me. Like they put a little bit too much in too small of a time frame sometimes.
Yeah, it becomes a lot less fun when you actually have to do the story because you really, I mean, there's no time to fuck up. You have to reload your save a couple times, and even if a boss fight takes 10 minutes, which should take it 5 minutes, you can scroll the rest of the game.
Yeah, basically
If you want
the rest
to
of
do
your game is
100% run,
in that point because of that.
So, we're going to continue until we lose.
See, but I'm not really a perfectionist, but when it comes to certain things like that, yeah.
But my biggest complaint about Dead Rising 2 is that it seems pretty obvious that Dead Rising 2 off the record and Dead Rising 2 were supposed to be one game, and then they basically just rush it out and put it in a half-assed co-op mode for Dead Rising 2.
Yeah.
The story mode is slightly different. There's a different final boss,
record
and there's one extra area, and it's a pretty
just,
large area,
like,
but it's one extra area, a couple new crafting weapons, and the final boss is different, and there is no campaign for the biker dude, I forgot his name.
Or we're gonna die.
Hey guys, I found the place where we're supposed
So like, Dead Rising 2 has one campaign story,
where we're gonna get locked in with about
has
500 zombies?
campaign story. And I think it's pretty obvious that they were supposed to be 2 playable campaigns, and at some point in development, they cut it. They said, okay, this is going to be 2 separate games.
Why did it start?
To the guy up top.
Yeah, the summoner, base summoner. Fuck, this guy's a lot of health. Got him.
Got him? Good. Alright, let's see.
If he's the only
Another one?
Yeah, there's another one up front.
Okay.
Watch out behind us.
Got him. Alright. Another one. Got it. Yeah. Alright. Oh crap. Thanks. Alright, let's go.
Clear the room. I think we're done.
go. Yep, it was just
Hey!
there was just the second guy that was spawning the zombies.
Yeah, that was just summoning shit. We didn't realize it. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Magic guide.
Is that the Holocaust? With the jar?
Now I must unite it with the others in the Fuhrer bunker. I hope I...
Interesting. Okay.
Here we go, guys. Fire.
So, alright, that's that. Now, I'm going to ask this, and I'm going to go ahead and ask OJ first. I know what you're going to say, but what is your rating of Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2?
Pink.
Okay.
Hot pink.
Hot
pink.
Okay. Abyssal. What is your opinion of Nazi Zombie Army 2?
Give it 3 potatoes.
3 potatoes.
Out of how many
Out of how many potatoes?
3 potatoes.
Nice.
3 out of 3 potatoes.
Yeah, that's
Not a very
3 out
effective
of
scoring system,
potatoes.
but it'll do. Yep. Not a very effective scoring system, but it works.
Hobo.
Hi.
What is your opinion of Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2?
You want my opinion or do you want a rating?
Rate it.
A rating. Let's see. I give it. I give it a full pack.
Cool.
there you go.
And I would probably say
Alright.
an 8 out of 10.
So it's got some potatoes, a hot pink, and it's
What's
got an
your rating,
actual
Joel?
rating. Awesome.
I give it an 8 out of a 10.
A 10 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8.
And why is it not a 10?
Why is it not a 10?
Exactly. Yeah, why is it a 10? What? Yeah, what is calling it
that
back to being
boss
a 10?
fight?
If it's an 8.
Because
That's
that
why
boss
it's-
fight.
What does it take for this game to become a 10? What's it missing?
What is it
You
missing?
shutting off?
What's wrong with it, or what's missing? Okay, better single player? Is that
Okay,
your thinking?
Better single player. A better single
Three
player.
show guys. I'll be back.
Okay, so there's...
Well, like I haven't experienced it yet, but
There's maybe 1 or 2 zombies so far that actually shoot at you. So I'm kind of curious. There is a cover mechanic. I get the cover
the
mechanic.
single player apparently is exactly the same as the multiplayer.
Yeah. It doesn't scale at all. It's going to be the same for no matter what you play. I don't see what the point of the collectibles are at all. There's collectibles in the game, but so far I don't see us unlocking anything or getting anything for them. It's just, hey, find this thing.
Right? Like, you got a gold bar, man. Congrats. What do you do with it? You just carry it around? Like, yo, look at my gold bar.
The action is pretty good.
Chinese.
There's gonna be a kick. There's no dodge roll. I mean, you'd think action game, give me a dodge roll or something. I don't know, zombies. You kick stuff to the ground, but why is there no stomp on its head? Conserve ammo.
Yeah.
There's a couple little glitches that I've been noticing, like, and I don't know if it's a sync issue, but I'll be aiming at something, I'll shoot, and it'll teleport, and it's not one of the zombies that's teleporting. It's a regular zombie, but it'll move. It's one spot and then it's in another place. So I don't know if that's connection issues or and 10 out of 10 is reserved for
I think
perfect
another
games.
problem with it is
This game is
the
not
scarcity
perfect.
of ammo on it.
This game is
There you
fun.
go.
This game is a very good game, but this game is not perfect. And a
What's
10
a
is a perfect game.
Tell me a perfect game right now. Oh, one perfect game.
So with that said,
Psychonauts.
the
Costume
show
Quest.
is now coming to an end. This was
Psychonauts is pretty good.
Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2. I would definitely recommend getting it, especially at a $15 price. It's not that bad at all. It's a pretty good game.
It's a good game to get a 4-pack of. You get a really good price.
Yeah.
Rebellion's pretty good about putting stuff on sale, so
Yeah.
expect this probably on sale in winter, maybe, I would say probably in the 33% range by winter for the Steam sale.
Our guest today was Abyssal. He's one of my gaming friends. Thanks for coming along, and it was nice playing some games with you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Anyone have anything else to say?
Yeah, Creeper looks like a girl.
Alrighty then. Well, thanks for watching today's episode of Three Dudes and Their Submissive. Thank you, Abyssal, for
We'll be
being...
back
woman in this
next
submissive.
Sunday. Next Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Thank
Playing
you.
some other shit.
Thank you, Abyssal,
Send us
for...
a message, follow, subscribe,
You
like,
could be the next person we
send
play
us
with.
an email.
If you want to come on the show and be a special
just looking
guest,
for guests.
subscribe to the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel and send us some messages. Abyssal, thanks for being our bitch this week. See you next week.